1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elman, the Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned through more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo,
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.
What's going on, Union Gang? Welcome back to the new and improved Antifa War Room. Back up in here. I ditched that green screen. So that's it. It's on and popping now. It is on and popping. So let me see something here. Nah, I'm not doing that on the screen. So we let that be right there. But yeah, we're kicking off, man. I had to go through and change some things up. I had to flip my room around, get everything set up how I wanted it. So now I got this bad boy set up because honestly, I've invested a lot of goddamn money in this computer setup. This shit is not cheap. It's the most expensive computer I ever bought, like 5 fucking G's with everything. State of the art microphones and cameras and all this stuff. Because this was when I was really going to be I was planning on doing a lot more when we had our protests going on in DC last year with Remember Your Oath. So I was really trying to make this to be the command center, to track ICE movements and track what's happening, track the military movements in the siege of DC. But once they cleared everybody out of there, that was it. I went ahead and got this gear, bought it off the rest of the team and said, hey, I'll bring it back here. Just use it. I'm here. So that's what we're doing. But that's why this whole green screen thing was it was becoming too much of a distraction. So that's over with. But anyway, let's get into it, guys, because it's been a hot ass mess. A couple of my videos been blowing up because my can stand their feelings, and I am known. Well, they don't know, but I'm known for clapbacks, right? The ops seem to forget, so they find out in the real world this is not like the Facebook comment sections. If you come for me, I'm gonna roast you. Period. This is not Jubilee. I don't do back and forths with sellouts or coconuts for the machete. I don't do back and forths with demons. If you're not on the right side of history, okay. If you're triggered by that bouncing balloon or by that flag, that's not like a personal problem. And I don't give a damn if people support Trump. Who cares about Trumpers? It's another cult. We're not wasting our time talking to cult members. Right? We got a cold civil war to win. Shit, these guys are beating back rights and all kind of shit out here, doing all type of horrible things to people. So, yeah, it's a hot mess. And as a friendly reminder,
when autocrats come to power, there's a 10-step plan. And we're at about step 9. So step 1, you have a free and fair election, but it's the last time. Because once that person wins, they don't intend to let anybody else or anyone else take the power that they have amassed for themselves or for their ticket. Second thing they do is that they exceed the realms of executive power. So you see a bunch of executive orders coming out claiming all kinds of powers that a president doesn't hold. Number 3, they then take the competing versions of power and try to either make them complicit or neuter them. So you have a Congress that basically has forgotten they got a job, and then you have a judiciary that's either complicit or neutered. And it's neutered because if the president, if the executive refuses to follow the rules, then you've neutralized the judiciary because the judiciary doesn't actually have enforcement power. Number 4, you go after the media. With the media, you make sure that you demonize and criticize the legitimate media so that nobody trusts it. And then you create an echo chamber so that the only truth that people hear is the truth you want them to hear, even if it's not truth. Even if you put truth in the name, it's not true. Then you start to gut government. You fire all of the people who know how to do stuff. You break democracy by making people think they don't need it. And the best way to do that is to make sure that the things that they've learned to rely on are no longer available. Because then you become the only way they get what they want. So you fire the CDC so that vaccine rates drop and the disease rises. You fire FEMA so that when there's a natural disaster, the only way you get what you need is by begging for it. So you gut the civil service so that no one can actually do the work that democracy is supposed to protect us for. At the same time, you hire a bunch of people that you call loyalists, and you put them in place so that they don't hire anybody who doesn't agree with you, but you also put them in positions of power. So then your next step is that you go after the people who do the good work. So you sue law firms, you sue philanthropies. Then step 7, you got to have someone to blame. They've blamed everybody. They've blamed women, they've blamed children, they've blamed people of color, they've blamed immigrants. They are doing all of that because they know at step 7, if you can push that forward, then we're fighting each other and fighting for survival instead of fighting for our country. And then you start to incentivize private violence. That's step 9. Maybe you send the National Guard and Marines and you militarize kidnapping people off of the streets, throwing them into detention camps, and then arresting people who dare to challenge you, calling any question obstruction of justice. Civic participation, the First Amendment, is the 9th category because if you can militarize your response, you also convince people it's not worth the possible pain of calling out the problems. And once you've gotten to step 9, step 10 is easy. You make sure no one ever votes again because now you've got them captive, now you've got them scared, now you've got them poor, and now you've got the power. That's autocracy in 10 steps.
That's it. All right. What up, people? This is what's happening. And as long as everyone keeps treating the corrupt Supreme Court as a legitimate body, the country will continue to suffer. As long as you treat ICE like a legitimate federal agency, the country will continue to suffer. Trump is a criminal. That is not my opinion. He is a convicted criminal. He did a hell of a lot more than what he got convicted for. But he has been able to use and abuse the system. He's been able to max out his white privilege card, his rich card, and now a billionaire card off of our own tax dollars. That's the shit that's happening right now in real time. And so they want to divide you. They got buck dancers like Tatum out there, Officer Tatum, right? I'll call him Officer Coffee. We'll talk about him later on tonight. You know, trying to get in on this Nolan thing that's going on and talking shit. But these guys have always been weak, right? All of this stuff has been, you know, they're pawns. And the other guys are throwaways. So you got the sellouts. You got the coconuts for the machetes, all of that. And that's what's going on. But Trump has always leaned into the racism. That's why it works so well. This is why they're okay with them destroying. You're watching in real time the federal government be dismantled. Scientists are leaving the country. Stuff is just broken. All kind of air crashes because they stripped the FAA. And they put a bunch of Kool-Aid drinkers and ass kissers in there. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in right now. And you got buck dancers, other people try to present themselves as experts. They're not no expert. Look at Trump's administration, really his regime, including himself. None of them are qualified. None of them. Department of War Crimes. You got a guy out there with more experience raping women than ever leading soldiers. That's why he's telling you dumb shit like by going to get testosterone and banning shaving profiles and firing black generals and denying promotions of black generals because he figures that Trump don't want black people around him. And they allow that type of open corrupt shit. The corrupt ass Supreme Court. Matter of fact, shit, I got a whole video on that. Let me jump in here and get on this corrupt ass Supreme Court because we've been knowing. We've been knowing. The moment that he stacked that court, we knew it was going to be some shit. The moment that he stacked that court, I think everybody and their daddy knew the corruption was next level.
A sitting judge just condemned the Supreme Court's conservative supermajority as a pack of scheming partisan hypocrites whose imperious ideology has cratered democracy itself. Hawaii Supreme Court Justice Todd Edens wrote in a ruling that SCOTUS has systematically dismantled democratic safeguards, steamrolled constitutional liberties, and trampled human dignity. He accused the Republican-appointed justices of conducting a judicial demolition of the Voting Rights Act, writing, "The Roberts Court sees only white. The court calls the Constitution colorblind while engineering the dilution of Black votes and the erasure of Black history. That is not blindness, that is white sight by design, and a cynical way to advance the supermajority's partisan project." Then he kept going, writing, "The Supreme Court looked at Trump's naked racism against Haitian immigrants and pretended to see none of it. Its hubristic originalists used a cherry-picked slice of history to hand Trump dictatorial control over the government. It made sure that one's wealth counts more than another's vote. It placed a president above the law, crowning Trump as a king. It's making the country more dangerous with a radical reinterpretation of the Second Amendment that is unmoored from text or history. And in June, 4 fair-weather textualists deserted the 14th Amendment to rule against birthright citizenship." Eden's conclusion? That's not all life tenure and zero accountability have produced lately, but it's enough. And then he drew the line. Hawaii's Supreme Court will interpret its own state constitution for itself. Whenever possible, Hawaii's courts will preserve the constitutional liberties that SCOTUS wants to snatch away. They will not take their marching orders from 6 Republicans in robes who are hell-bent on destroying American democracy.
And that should be the status quo. That should be the norm. No one should be treating the Supreme Court as a legitimate body. They're corrupt. They're bought and paid for by right-wing billionaires like Harlan Crow and the rest of these damn billionaire demons that's in this stack deck right here. All of them, Leonard Leroy, all of them. the Heritage Foundation, all of these judges, they're there to put their religious ideology over the rule of law. They're here to put their loyalty to Trump over the rule of law. And that's why we cannot accept their fucking rulings. Now, the Democrats got a problem because they're still trying to operate like we're a country of laws, and we're not. Fucking J.D. Vance told, yeah, I wanted to come out and let people see what's going on because that green screen is just doing us a disservice. That's why I went ahead and put this bad boy up so they can see how we really get down up in here. But it is a damn shame how far we've slide down into this because it's all about kissing Trump's ass. That's the issue. These guys, the rule of law been out the window. Trump himself is a criminal. I got people still trying to talk to me like, why are you so hateful and doing all this other craziness? But I'm like, here's the thing, guys. We're not, you can't judge me. I'm matching the sea energy. You know? So if you don't have a problem with the crimes that Trump are doing, then you shouldn't be upset that I'm out here in these streets fighting back because somebody got to fight back against the autocracy. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. We have to push back against this craziness. It's being normalized, right? It's being normalized on the mainstream media. It's being normalized. All the crimes is doing. First of all, the theft alone, the corruption alone is next level. No president in history has stolen this much money. He has stolen more money than all other presidents combined, while simultaneously destroying social safety nets. And yet they still out here talking about I support Trump, right? They still talk about I support Trump. So they get what they get at that point. Hold on. Speaking of I support Trump, let me drop this other video. Because like I said, if you see me out here in the field, guys, don't come at me. If you see me in the field, remember, this is not Jubilee. I do not go back and forth with white supremacists in the real world. I don't go back and forth with sellouts, conservatives, or coconuts for the axe. I don't deal with any of that. So if you're triggered by my flag, keep driving. That's all I can tell you. Or you get this treatment.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck.
Shut up. Support these nuts in your mouth, nigga. Don't worry, cry again, man. Cry harder, bitch. Black liberation all day. Cry harder. Your whole family tree couldn't fucking see me, nigga. With that ugly ass car. Look at your car, bro. Hold on. Film this car. Raggedy ass car, bro. And you support Trump, but you broke as fuck. Right? A dirt bag fucking came to get your car fixed. You support Trump? Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. Cry harder about that shit, nigga. Cry harder about that shit, pussy. Cry harder about that shit, pussy. Cry harder about that shit. Well, go report me to Pete Whiskey League Sex F. What the fuck he gonna do? What he gonna do? He ain't gonna do shit. He ain't gonna do shit, pussy. It's forever fuck Trump. Hey, make sure you get that. Hey, make sure you get my good side, nigga.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck
That video is over 80,000 views right now on my account on IG. It is Black Judas the Betrayer. That's the account if y'all want to follow. But I've also linked it to my other 3 accounts besides my main account because my main account got too many hits against it, so I can't do collabs there. But yeah, so he turned into a roast session. If you come to me trying to get content, you go become the content. Like I said, I was minding my own business. I never approach Trumpers. I never go start any shit with them, but I do not back down if they come to me. If you come to me, call me out my name, starting that shit, I'm going to match and see your energy. That's how we do. Like I said, it is too late in the autocracy to be dealing with these demons. That's the energy everyone should be dealing with. People should not be giving people no quarter. I don't know why anybody talk to these buck dancers and sellouts because they don't represent us. Officer Coffee, aka Officer Tandem, has been a buck dancer since we seen his ass on this app back in 2020. when he talked shit about Breonna Taylor and said she wasn't asleep and was doing everything to defend. Remember, this guy he's a part-time fucking cop, right? He got more time buck dancing for Trump and kissing his ass than he did being a slave catcher. So that is it. The topic here is white provocateurs, but we're going to talk about things leading up to that. That's the main event. Because one thing that Trump has done, he has been out here for a minute, right? He always pulls that curtain back on racism. He's been doing that for a minute. So this is when you got people like Jake Lane, you got people like, Charlie Kirk, before he got clapped, they have made their platforms, Joe Rogan, right? They have all made their platforms on being provocateurs. They don't speak the truth. Look at Fox News, an entire supposedly news agency, but it's not. It's all propaganda, right? They're white provocateurs. They literally say Nazi shit, and they cool with it. They say it's cool being Nazis now. They lied about the 2020 election, right? They could not accept that he lost, so they have to go back and say that agree with him that he didn't actually lose the election. All for the cash. And so now, really, social media, and not even social media, but the mainstream media, they lose all integrity. I do not watch the mainstream media. I don't care. All that shit they're talking about Fauci is just distractions. I couldn't tell you none of that shit. I only know that they talking about Fauci because people on social media talking about it. I would not waste a millisecond of my time watching that shit. If you guys like these shirts, you can get them at uniongang.store. Link is in the bio. Matter of fact, for people that's in the Antifa War Room right now, I will start showing. I'm glad you reminded me, because now I can show some of these shirts off while we're chit-chatting. But if you see all this stuff that's happening right now, it is deeper into the autocracy that we go. They normalize all of this behavior. One thing that this case with Nolan is really exposed is how corrupt the system is. The fact that so many black men have been found dead, they wind up dead somewhere, lynched, up in a tree. And it's being ruled as they checked out themselves, right? That's what they rule it as, because they're corrupt, especially in the South. Do you really think in Mississippi, where they have mass graves, where they have the Lexington Police Department that was openly corrupt, even Biden administration exposed them for being openly corrupt? Not they did shit about it. They exposed them, but they did not follow up on it. And that's a problem for me. The fact that they had these motherfuckers being openly corrupt, sexually assaulting black women, going up in people's houses, looking at their water bill and saying you stealing water and charging them in their own house. This is how corrupt the police force is down there in Mississippi. And you expect us to believe that all these demons and one black kid come up dead, they didn't have nothing to do. The fact that they're running to Tatum, to Officer Coffee, lets you know they corrupt. The fact that they lured up, they left the scene with his phone, let you know they corrupt. I'm not playing this both sides. They're guilty as fuck. We know this already. We know this. Anything less than convictions across the board is more, it's a travesty of justice, and it's more of that bullshit. There ain't no sense in playing these games. These people are openly corrupt, and they've always been. It's just that, remember, Trump now, he amplifies that shit. So that's why the southern states have moved in to destroy our rights, to push back the Voting Rights Act. That's why you have white supremacists on the team who was beating the hell out their wives and threatening everybody, and now they work for ICE because there is no background. You got Stephen Miller out here who was never appointed to the government, who was doing all this illegal shit, corrupt ass, Nazi saluting Elon Musk, never was appointed to the government, never was appointed to the federal government, and he destroyed hundreds of thousands of black women's jobs in the federal government illegally. Every damn thing he did was illegal. Supreme Court cool with it being illegal. Congress corrupt ass is cool with it being illegal. And that's why we have got to be ready to apply pressure at our level. Everyone needs contingency plans for what's going to happen. These guys are openly corrupt, man. They're openly corrupt. And we need to understand that why all this other stuff they're talking about is just distractions. It's distractions. Bug dancers coming out here, distractions. Talking about fucking COVID after you've been an anti-vaxxer is a distraction. You tell me what's the real body count. How many soldiers have we lost in the war in Iran? Because the damn sure ain't 14. It damn sure ain't 18. It's probably hundreds. But they won't tell you the truth because they're a corrupt organization. The Pentagon has no credibility. This administration and regime has no credibility. They lie about everything. So we just have to assume the worst. We know they lost the war because they don't know how to fight the war. Even under the best of times, America could not win a war. Not in Vietnam, not in Korea. Desert Shield, they got in and got out. Right? The shit where they get in and get out, okay. But fucking Iraq and Afghanistan, complete quagmire. Right? They forgot the lessons from Vietnam. That's what we had the Powell Doctrine because in there. But once again, they want to go out here and do all this nonsense. So it is. It's crazy. Well, I'll tell you why people sign up. They sign up because, listen, nobody worry about the Ten Commandments, man. I'm definitely not. I'm sorry, man. If that's, hey, listen, Jim Crow Jesus is why we here. Let's just keep that real. I don't care about nobody's belief system. But you should keep that shit separated. Jim Crow Jesus, ain't nobody got more blood in their hands in the Bible than Christians. These demons here that call themselves Christians in the United States of America, they are the worst human beings on earth. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, they raped black women for hundreds of years. In Jesus' name, they lynched us, fought a whole ass civil war, ate our bodies in Jesus' name, right? Blew up the churches. The Klan has crosses they burn. So why on earth would I want to be with anybody that's that racist? And where was Jim Crow Jesus during all this in the Middle Passage? So for me, even our slave and forefathers knew that you have to have a separation between church and state. Because the worst thing you do is have religious people in charge because they don't know shit. Right? They believe in fairy tales and allegories and treat that shit as real. That's why you in that problem. That's why you have that issue. What up, Raiders? So you've got to be minded about what's happening here. And there's nothing wrong with being spiritual, right? But that word, even saying that, a lot of religious people call themselves spiritual. But if you're a Christian and you following Trump, you're in a cult because Trump has more antichrist attributes than anything Christ-like. All you got to do is look at how he acts, right? They say you know a tree by its fruit. And what has Trump fruit been? Absolute corruption, running through children, right? Putting bodies in the freaking river and Lake Michigan, raping women, all the way to the top, all while being forgiven, stealing defense secrets, lying 30,000 times. He lied so much they quit counting the lies. The only president impeached twice, the only president indicted, the only president convicted. And once again, they put him back in there, put him back in power. So I don't want to hear fuck all from deaf, dumb, and blind Christians. Because if you think that he is following God's will, you in a cult. You might as well get your tattoo in your upper thigh meat and make him pay for the flavor aid. He would let you pay for the flavor aid like y'all would do. I'm over that, man. I'm over that. And that's just what it is right now. That's where we are in the world. You have white supremacists that has infiltrated the country. And the Democrats need to be ready to fight back because what are you going to do? Who really believes these guys are going to just lay down and give up power? They're going to prison if they lay down power. They're going to prison. They literally building concentration camps. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about at this point? They're building concentration camps while they distract you with bullshit. Right? So it is what it is. Hey, man, I'm not none of that. But I will tell you this. I don't have no problem with the black Hebrews because at least they believe in hitting these demons with Uno reverse card. I'm cool with that. These demons need to be repaid for every crime they've done to black people in this country. Because Look at what mercy has given you. Look at what showing them mercy has given you. They've been more empowered. White people in the United States of America has done the most diabolical shit in human history. Show me where they've done worse. Show me anywhere on earth where they did more crazy shit than other chattel slavery for centuries and never was held accountable. Never fought an entire civil war over that shit. Never held accountable. The first person hung for treason wasn't a Confederate general. It was John Brown. John Brown was the first person that was convicted and sentenced to death. They've been taking care of the Confederacy. They've been loving these demons. Forgave their ass for all the horrible shit they did to us. They forgave these demons. That's why the Confederacy still lives today. That's why the Ku Klux Klan and the Republican Party lives today. That's why you have white supremacists marching in the streets of Washington, D.C. today. Out there in the streets with Confederate flags. The same Confederate flags they took in the Rotunda during January 6th insurrection. So we've been knowing, black people been knowing. We've been warning the rest of the country. And we're warning you again. Do you really think they're going to honor the midterms? My question to the people in power, to the Democratic governors, do you have a red line? Right? Do you have a red line? What is it that Trump can do that you say, hey, you know what? We want ICE out of our state. Do they have a fucking red line? Because a lot of people keep treating this as business as usual. And I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing is criminals in power, people openly corrupt out here. And so that's why I say you got to be ready. Everybody got to be ready, man. Everybody got to, there is no guarantee that you vote your way out of an autocracy. Here's a news flash. Black people did not vote their way out of slavery. We did not pray our way out of slavery. The Haitians did not vote or pray their way out of slavery. They fucking fought their way out of slavery. They matched and exceeded demons' energy. And you need to be ready to match and exceed energy. It wasn't that they was going to try to do all of this in a bubble. And white people did not wake up and say, you know what? We've done enough dirt. Right? Let's free the slaves. That's not how that went. They literally fought and died to keep us in chains. And then continued that tradition, no matter what. To this day, they still got slavery going on. Slavery has never been outlawed in America. If you're in the prison industrial complex, you're still a slave. They can do whatever they want to you. They can work you. They can have you pick cotton. Literally got you picking cotton out there in Louisiana, in Angola, in those prisons. So we've been knowing. Now they built in concentration camps. So just so we understand the gravity of what's happening. So I don't care when people come to me and call me stolen valor and all that. I'm just going to roast the fuck out you. If you don't like the way I wear my uniform, fuck you. I'm not bound by the Uniform Code of Military Justice. All right, I got multiple DD-14s, and you will never see any of them. Right? I do not give a fuck, man. I don't care about what racist white people think or the buck dancers that follow them. I need to be very clear about that. We're in a battle in this country for the future. We're going to have to fight for that shit. So by all means, vote. By all means, get everybody and their mama to vote. By all means, flood the fucking system with votes. But be ready when they seize power. Be ready when they seize power, because I don't know. I know this. What I do know is Hakeem Jeffries is not going to save us. Right? Chuck Schumer is not going to save us. Them fucking Democrats are not going to save us. So if you put your hope in them, you're going to be probably let down. Right? You're going to need somebody who's a little bit more hardcore and extreme. You're going to need somebody who's more militant about this shit. There is no working across the aisle with Nazis. There is no working across the aisle with people and criminals who don't follow the law. ICE needs to be abolished The Department of Homeland Security can go right behind them. The FBI needs to be dismantled as well. And while we doing this, Obama can't save us. Shit, Obama did his time. Shit, we're going to save our damn selves. We're going to save our damn selves. Obama did his time already. The CIA absolutely has to go. Because the country has spent so many years fighting communism, right? All these bullshit wars because they fighting against communism. They lost. China is kicking America's ass right now. Vietnam, right? Korea, all that shit, fighting communism. The entire CIA, they did everything but give you intelligence. Ain't that some shit? It's really an oxymoron. Calling it the CIA is an oxymoron. What the fuck have they got correct? Right? What the fuck has the CIA gotten correct? It's nuts, man. Have they gotten one piece of intelligence? Have they stopped one major terrorist attack? Have they called one war correctly? That's the next question. Have the CIA ever got it right? I'm here to tell you that they have not. Right? The CIA is probably one of the most diabolical agencies in American history. If you look at it, if you see what's happening, I've read their books, I'm listening to the audio books. It's been one disaster after another. We could talk about most recent shit, right? They let the Russians, they let Israel run the country. They let billionaires capture our democracy. When they're supposed to have spy networks all over the world, we got spies here. Where your spies at? What the fuck have they been doing? We know Trump, they're not gonna keep no secrets. He gave away secrets because the foundation of the CIA has been corrupt. Exactly. Listen, the CIA has been corrupt from the beginning. Its core mission to fight communism was corrupt. Yeah, all that shit's corrupt, man. It's absolutely corrupt. This is what's going on. So it's absolute bullshit. That's why we're here. We're dealing with an agency that is pushed by white supremacy. They're pushed by white supremacy. It's complete bullshit. What's happening? That's what the things we're dealing with right now. And so, yeah, everyone loves it. It's a wonderful setup. So that's where we are right now. And we have to start calling this out. If you treat these agencies with legitimacy, this is why we're going to continue to suffer. Even before Trump got his ugly hands in there, America's been fucking up. All these conversations about that surround the immigration needs to be done away with. Immigration enforcement needs to be done away with. It should have been a civil matter from the beginning. Not one person should have ever been arrested for being here illegally. It should never be up to white people to tell someone else who the hell belongs in this continent. Period. Immigration itself is racist because it served one purpose: to keep America white. Go look at Operation Wetback. Go look at the fucking internment camps, what they did to the Japanese. And you got a Supreme Court that voted 5-4 on birthright citizenship. Something that was absolutely fucking fundamentally a part of the Constitution. Fought a whole ass civil war over the 14th Amendment. Over 700,000 Americans dead as hell for the 14th Amendment. And this corrupt ass Supreme Court narrowly upheld it. I said, man, I don't give a shit about the Supreme Court, man. To hell with them. They are corrupt. They need to be removed. They are openly fucking corrupt. Every day that we treat them with legitimacy, we fall deeper into this. Now, let me tell you about this bug dancer. And I'm going to show you a video. If anybody don't know Officer Coffee, man, he's been a bug dancer for a long time. He's been a bullshit artist. He's been there tap dancing for Massa for a very long time. And so now I guess he's out here. I guess Nancy Grace had him on, whatever. I didn't watch it because I don't fuck with him. I mean, he's a charlatan. He's a fake. But I will show you how I deal with him. He's been on my radar for a long time.
Online, all I see is coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos. They shuck and jive. Can't stand these coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos. Jigga what? Jigga who? Jigaboos, jiggacoons. They're everywhere. They're over there. They're ready to sell you out for a little bag and a little bit of clout. The jig is up for all you jigaboos. You're not welcome here and we don't rock with you. So go back to your cooniverse, 'cause being a jigaboo is nasty work. Oh, I hop online, all I see is coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos. They shuck and jive. I can't stand these coons and jigaboos, coons and jigaboos. Oh, oh.
There you go. So, hey, and that episode is brought to you by D-Coon Spray. You can get yours at uniongang.store. All right, get yours at uniongang.store. Yeah, man, they out here doing the most, man. And these guys, they want to normalize all of this. Remember, matter of fact, I let an Army veteran roast him because he did a great job. Another Army vet who I fuck with heavily. He really read my man the riot act. So I'm gonna let him break that shit down to you.
Tatum. I'm not calling you your stage name, Officer Tatum, throughout this video. I'm gonna call you Brandon. All right. And I would advise everybody else to pretty much do the same, okay? But bring your ass here, Brandon. Come on down, partner. Did you tell these good citizens that you was an officer for 6 years? Huh? And hey, much respect to any law enforcement officer, but you out here acting like you're a freaking expert when you don't have no training, no investigative training on homicide, no investigative training, any of that. And you call yourself an expert. You out here selling the badge. You selling your soul for money. And you even said it yourself. Quote, they want to pay me for being me. You said that the exact same day, said it out loud on the radio, the same damn day that you decided to walk away from law enforcement. And you did it for what? For a media company. That's what you did it for, Brandon. So define being you, huh, homie? Actually, I pulled your catalog. Your catalog was, why do I not feel oppressed like other black people? And some shit about why black men choose white women over black women. What kind of shit is that? That's not policing or journalism. You out here selling the damn product, homie. That's what you doing. And the product is us fighting each other while you count your views and simultaneously selling your badge. At the same time, your handlers patting you on the damn back. This ain't Steven in Candyland, Brandon. Your 6 years is like anyone else's job. You didn't even stay to become an expert. You left prematurely, Brandon, in Tucson, Arizona. 2011 to 2017 is not a long career to call yourself an expert. Now, I respect the badge because you did suit up. I respect that. Kudos to that, doing that temporarily. But you've been out 9 fucking years, Brandon. You've been out off that damn badge longer than you even fucking wore it. And oh yeah, I checked your website and it says that you're a 7-year veteran, but your own book said 6. Congress said 6, but you tell everybody else that you did 7. Which is it, Brandon? 6 or 7? Huh?
7 is gone.
And those 6 years that you did, Brandon, you did patrol. You maybe did a little SWAT and a little field training, but you mostly did what your job was, a public information officer. PIO. Brandon, you served as a spokesman for the cops.
Okay.
Your job was to talk to the camera for the department. You was never a homicide expert. You didn't do no major crimes. You didn't even serve as a death investigator or any of that shit, homie. Not one day of it. Public information officer. That's what you were, Brandon. And you damn sure were no damn detective. Come at me, Brandon. Come on at me, boy. You self-described commentator. You're a press guy. That's what you are, a press guy. And shall I tell the people who writes your check? I'll leave that for later in case you want to come at me, okay? But Brandon, anyway, you have a clear pattern of the shit that you be sowing on social media. You've done this shit before. You did it with Ahmaud Arbery. You called him a robber. He was a victim. And
hey, he did the same shit with Breonna Taylor too. So he is always on the wrong side of shit. He is here to buck dance for white supremacy. That's what Officer Coffee has always been about. And I do not respect the slave catcher. He's been this. Yes, he's been a sellout for a long time. His black ass been a sellout for a long time now. So I'm not surprised. That is literally how he make his bag, by being a tool for white supremacy.
you had to turn around and apologize to people. Something wrong with you, homie. You sitting up here trying to destroy victims. That's what you're trying to do. Here's what I want to know. Why did you fly down to Mississippi and announce race was not a factor, huh? Why did you announce race wasn't a factor and you don't even have no damn evidence of the toxicology report? You don't have those two SEAL autopsies? And you said all this shit before a fucking grand jury can convene.
And once again, saying that race is not a factor in Mississippi lets you know that you crazy as fuck. Racism, Mississippi is one of the first states that broke off for the Confederacy. So we already know Mississippi openly celebrates the Confederacy, the month of the Confederacy in April. It's all about racism in Mississippi. One of the most treacherous states in the fucking union. And he knows it too. But he is there to get his biscuits buttered by demons.
You don't have no damn evidence, Brandon. Any of your claims with Nolan Wells. Keep Nolan Wells out your mouth. But you continue to spew shit for views. You continue to spew shit for your massa. Why are you calling, and here's another thing, why are you calling black folks ignorant, melanated people? Huh? Why you call them that when they push back on you? Aren't you black? An 18-year-old is dead. The cause of death is undetermined. Both autopsies is conclusive. Nobody knows what happened on that island, and that includes you.
I'm going to tell you this. What I do know is that the South has a strong history of killing black people, period. And that has not changed. Well, for him, it's money. We know it's hella dirt. So I've been knowing. There's no way you can convince me that dude was not smoked by them demons. Because if it walked like a demon, if it lure up like a demon, if it take your cell phone and disappear your ass like a demon, if it goes and talk to buck dancers like a demon, it's a fucking demon. Them white people murdered that kid, period. I stand on that shit. It is overwhelmingly, the circumstantial evidence alone is overwhelming. No innocent person acts like these people are acting. None. So it's all about race and racism because Mississippi has a long ass history of doing evil shit to black people. They just let them UPS, the guys who shot up that UPS driver, the black UPS driver, two good old boys shot his vehicle up. Hung jury how like they hang black people. Walked away clean. Ain't the first time, ain't the second time. Mississippi been doing this shit. Mississippi been corrupt. You better go look at the corner. You better go investigate the fucking corner. You better go investigate them slave catchers down there. I'm not trusting no fucking police officer from the South. Are you crazy? I trust the Iranians and Iraqis before I trust the slave catchers from the South. Are you fucking kidding me? Them evil ass crackers stay killing black people and breaking up shit. Are you fucking so serious right now? I am not giving. They got zero credibility. They got mass graves in Mississippi to this day. They got shaking people down who come through the state. And none of them been held accountable. None of them cops have been held accountable. Even under Biden, they refuse to hold them accountable. That's why we have white supremacists running crazy in the country right now.
Stop going on TV muddying up the water of Nolan Wells' name. Performing for your fucking handlers and shit, okay, Brandon? And you selling your badge and calling yourself Officer Tatum and shit. You and I both hold First Amendment privileges. Yeah, talk. Continue to talk. But we don't have the right to desecrate a young man's life with lies, all right? Especially for money. Come at me, Brandon. I dare you. And no, I didn't do no damn 6 years like you. You punked out and you left the department after 6 years serving. That's not even a tenure. I did 26 years in the military, 4 combat tours. An actual career. I'm an expert at a lot of different things. You are not. Hell, I'm trained some of the baddest motherfucker on this damn planet. Okay? So, get the fuck out of here with your 6 years telling people you're an expert. Sitting up here cosplaying like you're qualified to talk about homicide. Like you're qualified to talk about investigative work. Truth has no party, Brendan. Be well.
Yeah, and so this is why, like I said, these buck dancers, you cannot trust their ass. You cannot trust them. You cannot trust them. Everything that fucks with Trump is criminal and corrupt. Incompetent. Tatum, hey, shit, I got more law enforcement experience than fucking Tatum. Shit. I did all type of police actions, but I got more experience than him. Shit. The fuck we talking about here, man? What are we talking about? So these guys are buck dancers. If anybody that's black that supports Trump, and really anybody supports Trump is corrupt, you can put them in 3 categories. Billionaires, corrupt, hella stupid. Some of them, all 3 are in there. Criminals, shit. I'm going to have to expand it more than 3 because they all been criming. Go look at these dudes. Every accusation is confession with them. That is who they are. It's who they always been. And they serve as pawns for white provocateurs. Now, I talk about people like Tatum and fucking, fucking Officer Coffee here because they give screens to these buck dancers. Now, everyone knows Jake Lang, right? Here's his latest flyer up here. Jake Lang is the white provocateur that likes to go around starting shit with black people. Racist. He visions himself as some kind of freedom or Christian crusader, but he stayed getting his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked in Minneapolis. He got his ass kicked in Texas. Got his ass kicked in California. They really had his ass leaking. And the first time he went down there to Minneapolis, he got rolled up. And so now he decided to have what he calls a nigga march, August 22nd, down there at the City Hall. Now, notice why he picked City Hall, because he wants cops around. Notice he did not go out here and try to do this shit in the streets, because he is a coward. Yeah, I got the up here. Listen, I got the cleaned up version because he actually said the word out. He spelled it out in his flyer he got. At noon, August 22nd in Minneapolis City Hall, at high noon, he wants to have a nigger march. So good luck with that. The thing is, well, when he goes there, hey, he needs to get that ass whooping to the 10th power. They need to be on his ass, but the next level. But you know, this is why he wants to do it at City Hall, because he wants cops to protect him. Right? He wants a cop escort.
What state?
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah. Minneapolis, same place where all this shit was happening with ICE.
Let's go.
All right, Sherry. But this is what's going on, man. Yeah, but listen, this dude ain't no Christian. They all cosplayers. Remember, he runs around with a damn vest with no plates, no damn plates in it. He got a plate carrier with no plates in it. We call that victims, and it shouldn't be allowed. One of my fellow combat veterans, man, or one of my fellow veterans from Vietnam. You guys know him as Bandit Pop. He was hot as hell. He called me like a couple of days ago, told me about it. I got the flyer from him. Shit. He was mad as hell. I said, listen, bro, if they go through with it, I'm probably going to pull up. So I'm going to talk to my boys and shit. I'm probably going to pull up. If he go, because August is enough time. August is enough time. That's over a month away. Just under a month away now. August 22nd, it's enough time, man. It's enough time to be out here in the streets.
3 weeks.
So yeah, 3 weeks is damn sure enough time to pull up. So if they let his ass go through with this shit, we need to have the streets on his ass. We're gonna show him how you get that provocateur shit popping. I say that he has not had his ass beat thoroughly enough because they keep coming back, and it shows you the obsession with black people. He is always out here. They obsessed with black people. They cannot stop the racism because Trump himself is a racist. And everyone's around him. Stephen Miller, Steve Bannon, the corrupt ass Supreme Court, the Heritage Foundation, racist ass demons, every last one of them. And that's what this guy is about now. They all want to cash in. They want to get paid for being racist. Right? Remember Chud the Builder? Right? Same one, except that his shit backfired. He thought that he was smoke a nigga, but it backfired. Right? He thought he'd go smoke one, and now he's sitting up in the clink. But many more of them walk that path because they're losers. These are not listen, when people join MAGA or join the Ku Klux Klan, they never have their best and brightest. Motherfuckers ain't coming out here with doctorate degrees in the Klan. They don't. You don't join the Oath Breakers or the Powerpuff Boys or the 3%ers or the Potato Front if you was like a master in your field. If you was like a football champion, wrestling champions, baseball, or if you was a scholar, you don't do that type of shit. This is all bottom feeder activity. These broke ass white people, like the other dude out here who he had half a bumper missing, still supporting Trump. They are failures at life. And so they reach for this shit to try to remain relevant because they've been outpaced. That's what all of this shit is about. This whole white supremacist nonsense is why America is declining as a country, because they continue to put substandard white people, not even mediocre. They put substandard white people in charge. The worst fucking white people. They don't care about your qualifications. They don't care about any of that shit. Yeah, damn right. I got some chick that was in my damn comments about the Rosella Hurt on Facebook. A master sergeant calling me hateful. So I'm about to be on her ass. Like, dude, the fuck you mean? You supporting Trump and think you're not hateful? And think you're not racist? Trump is the most hateful motherfucker on earth. Who spews more hate than that demon? Nasty. Smells like it smells like damn shit. Y'all see that last video of the dude gagging behind him? I've never seen somebody look so miserable. It's like the man his shitty diaper must have been mostly full. The dude looking like he had smelled death. I gotta make a video to that shit, man. It was crazy as hell watching it. But this is where we are in the country right now. They've accepted this. We could have had the black one. We could have been living decent right now if Kamala had been president. You wouldn't have went through none of this shit. You wouldn't have all these restaurants closing. You wouldn't have brought back fucking measles and screwworm and all this other shit. You wouldn't have ICE running around here snatching people up off the streets, kidnapping people. We damn sure wouldn't do all that bullshit in Venezuela or trying to finish off Cuba or out here with a worthless ass war in freaking Iran that is already lost. The Iran war is already lost. America has no hope of ever winning it. None. None. It's over with. That ship has sailed. The moment you went after Iran, you was doomed. Because you don't know what you're doing. So listen, man, I'm gonna try to help you out, man. Look, I'm not on the FBA shit. I'm not. I'm pro-black. It don't matter. It don't matter who the hell you with. It don't matter. So it don't matter if you mix or not. None of that shit matters to me. Because I'm pro-black. Period. Pro-black. Just to let y'all know, we're not entertaining no Kamala hate. None. None. Because if you cool with Melania, nasty ass, I mean, what the fuck are we talking about? This is why I don't deal with these conversations with Trumpers and all this other shit. I don't deal with it. And listen, they get got, man. They get got. Listen, because remember, Kamala Harris, if you want to believe she lost the election, she lost it for two reasons. Racism and misogyny. Racism and misogyny. That's why they picked a criminal. Trump was already convicted. A convicted criminal. They chose a criminal over a highly educated, qualified black woman that worked in all three branches of the government. It's not even fucking close. She should have steamrolled Trump ass like Reagan beat Mondale. It should have been a complete fucking landslide. And the fact that it wasn't a landslide lets you know the fix was in. And America racist as fuck to its core. They do not care. These people lied about everything. They lie about all these qualifications all the time while they put their own people in charge, especially in the South. Especially in the South. That's why every black person in this country needs to be heavily armed. Every black man, woman, and child needs to be heavily armed. And if you care about freedom, you need to be heavily armed. And you need to be ready. Do not wait for an ICE tactical team to be at your front door. You better be ready. You better be ready to move heaven and earth and turn earth into hell. That's my advice for you. There is no guarantee that we are voting our way out of this. I will say it again. Black people in the United States of America, we did not pray our way out of slavery. We did not vote our way out of slavery. We did not convince the nice white people that we should be enslaved anymore. We fucking fought our way out that bitch. We fought our way out of slavery. Motherfuckers left, fought back. Right? Hey, all hail Nat Turner. Nat Turner sent 60 demons to hell. That is still a record after hundreds of years. Nat Turner sent 60 demons to hell. A hell of a feat. A hell of a feat, man. Hopefully we could break those numbers. So I mean, people got to wake up, man. Wake up and look around at the autocracy. Look at it. Look how they poison everything around you. Look how they control everything around you. It is crazy. And so we got to be ready. By all means, voting is our primary weapon, guys. You need to be out here voting. It's our last call for democracy, guys. This is the last call for democracy. If you have not been tracking it, America had the largest drop of any democratic nation on earth. We're no longer considered a liberal democracy. We're considered electoral democracy. One step before you start getting to the autocracy. They got that gray zone. You get into the autocracy. The country been tracking. This think group out of Sweden has been tracking 202 countries in the world. America had the largest drop in 1 year under fucking Trump. And we warned you. We warned everybody. Black women, educated black women, from Stacey Abrams, Kamala Harris, damn, Michelle Obama, spelled that shit out for you. So many content creators got out here and debated with people and warned what would happen. And so we here. Americans voted for the autocracy, which is wild. It's not like he seized power. They let him off the hook when he should have been sitting in Rikers Island for the rest of his life. Stole all those secrets, which is even more egregious than attacking us in 4K. Stole everything, man. While you got Air Force cats who sitting in jail for 15 years. People lost their freedom for getting shit and going home with it. And he actively stole that shit. And a corrupt ass judge down there in Florida threw the case out and protected him. So I don't want to hear fuck all about law and order. Right? I don't want to hear about law and order from a rogue agency like the Republican Party. The Republican Party really needs to cease as a party in this country. Everything they've touched is turn to shit. They are the party of the Confederacy. They are the party of a. It's things you count on to fucking overtly racist, openly corrupt, and run by sheer fucking incompetence. That is the Republican Party today. The Republican Party needs to be absolutely dismantled. The South needs to be broken. Once and for all, we need to punish the fucking Confederacy. Every statue should be blown up. The Ku Klux Klan should be outlawed day one. Outlawed and hunted. Everyone in ICE should be blacklisted from the government. You would never work for the government again. Those who committed crimes, do they ask the same way. If you locked up Indians and put them on a 40-hour flight to India, do the same shit to them. Drop them bitches off in Mogadishu, drop them bitches off everywhere else. Every shit they did, every crime, the people who sent the CCOT, send their ass to CCOT. Do the same shit to them. Everything they did, do the same thing to them. Do the exact same thing. And let it be known through history of what these people represent. ICE is fucking diabolical criminal demons with a federal badge and gun. That's all that shit is. If you let them steal your family and sexually assault your children, children do not impregnate themselves in ICE custody. Teenage girls do not impregnate themselves in ICE custody. The fact that they're taking bets on who would check out first lets you know how corrupt they are. They are beyond redemption. And anybody who supports them is beyond redemption. You need to understand what we're dealing with. You will see ICE again. You will see them. You will see the military, cops, whatever they're trying to do for this fucking midterms. They are not going to let these midterms go without trying to corrupt that shit. They're already going out their way. They're trying to get voting roll data and all this shit. I will not be intimidated. I will vote the same way I always do. In person, early, heavily fucking armed, ready for war. That's how I vote. I take everybody in my family out in that bitch. And I'm more heavily armed than I was in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm not going to be intimidated by shit. Period. It's our primary weapon. It's not our only weapon. Because once again, guys, we did not vote our way out of slavery and we didn't pray our way out of slavery. And you may not be able to vote your way out of autocracy or pray your way out of autocracy. So you need to have contingency planning, period. Oh, I'm voting. I'm sure. I'm damn sure voting. I'm rocking my vote. Hey, I'm like John Hancock. I put that shit in there big. I proudly supported Kamala. I proudly supported her. I proudly supported Hillary. Hillary was a far better candidate. Hillary Clinton was a far better candidate than Trump the first time. She won the popular vote. Not that it matters in this country. But the Electoral College needs to be gone. The Electoral College is nothing but a throwback for slavery to give Southern states more power. And so this is why we got to be ready to deal with these demons, guys. We have to be ready to deal with them. Keep your head on a swivel. A lot more stuff is going to be coming. Hey, the summer is heating up. So be ready. Hey, the summer is heating up. All right, it's about to get spicy in this country. Be ready for the bullshit. We already know what's coming. There is no way that we go just vote without drama. They go do something. He go declare emergency. He go do something. So you already know. Have your contingency plans ready. Know people in your neighborhood that you can link up with and train with and be ready. Because there's no fucking way. Well, listen, Elon go throw the money because remember who gave Elon the money. Elon has made billions by being corrupt. He is corrupt as fuck. He has stolen billions of taxpayer dollars with them weak ass Teslas. The Chinese did it better. But because America's racist and they block out Chinese cars, they want to build monopolies. Remember, this man is a billionaire that's on fucking, he owns Special K. He been on that shit. He is a dope fiend. Who takes him seriously? Have you heard the man talk? Everything he got, he colonized that shit. He did not create Tesla. He colonized that shit. He did not create Twitter. He colonized that shit and ran that bitch to the ground. He spent what? 44 billion on that shit? Dumb. He never made that back. Well, he made it back through the government, stealing money. There is nothing intelligent about fucking Elon Musk. These billionaires are weak. And America needs to quit worshiping these fuckers, man. It should be illegal to be a billionaire in this country. Tax them motherfuckers until they're no longer billionaires. In China, this type of corruption is punishable by the death penalty. The Chinese got it right. The Chinese got that right. There are no billionaires running around with the power they have here in this country, in China. China do not play that shit. They do not play that shit. So they have already shown you China has taken 800 million people out of poverty. Matter of fact, hold on. I'll show you that shit again. I'll show you the chart. For the non-damn believers. Let me pull this shit up. Give me one sec. Here we go.
Hey, Orange Pig. America first? Oops. Oh.
Hold up. That was the wrong one. Let me pull this shit up. Give me 1 second. Right here. 1992. This chart is going from 1992 to 2026. But by damn 2017, they're not even the top 10 countries. They're already dropping. China did this shit. They did not go to war in other countries. Right? China did not fight a war to do this. They just simply focused on developing their country and develop business. China did it better. They did it better, man. While we was running around hunting for the Taliban and poppy fields, they were securing the mineral rights in Afghanistan. The Chinese outmaneuvered us because America is racist. That's why they got a problem with China. They're racist against other non-white people. And America's racism is what's causing the decline. Because they don't have a true meritocracy. They talk about autocracy, but that don't really mean what it means for them. When white people in the country say meritocracy, they're talking about the good old boy system. That means that, hey, we go take care of other white people, regardless of qualifications. That's what they do. I've seen that shit. I've seen that shit in Indiana, especially in these red states. I would never live in a red state. They're openly fucking racist in these red states. And they get mad at you if you call them out on their bullshit. So I want to jump in here, guys, real quick, because I want you guys to see the new setup here. I was kind of hot Monday because there was so much shit going on with that green screen shit. I said, you know what? Let me display my shit properly. That way that it's a disservice to everyone that's on, my Substack and on TikTok. If they see these damn green screens behind me, we just go set it up so now everyone sees the same thing. No matter where I'm broadcasting, we all see the same thing behind me. So we knock that shit out, and that's how it's going to be when we're down here in the Antifa War Room. And like I said, I've got way too much time and money invested in this equipment, not to be on point with it. So yes, my lovely wife, you can thank her. Me and her, it was a tag team from hell. In her defense, though, my wife is super, super fucking organized, right? Shit got to be clean. She got a certain way she wants shit done. And I'm a messy Marvin, so that kind of stresses her the hell out. It stresses her the hell out. But we got it done. So this is the new standard, guys. That's it. You got my cases back there so people can see how we rocking. I'm gonna hang my other 2 degrees up under their hair, and it's gonna be what it is. Yeah, I believe she's a December baby, but she is super. Hey, listen, my daughter just like her. So my sons are more like me. My daughter got the most pristine room in the fucking house. If you go in my daughter's room, everything is dressed. The fucking hangers, the space is evenly spaced. Every fucking thing in the room. I'm like, damn, girl, the military would love you. Shit. Everything in that bitch is in there, just set up like that. So that's it. Well, that's one of them, right? I got a big one in my living room with all my medals and full-size medals and all of that. You see them? Hell, my first TikTok video that blew up, it was in there. My first clapback video, I had my plaque up there. So, but this is it, guys. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna talk to some of my bad boys or my crew and find out what our plan is gonna be about this Jake Lang shit. I'm pretty hot about that. I'm pretty hot about the dirt that's going on with these war, and they're lying about the numbers. We knew they've been lying. So it's about to probably get spicy in these next few weeks. I'll let you guys know. I'm going to be right back here tomorrow, guys. I really want to come here today because I missed Wednesday. We was breaking stuff down, getting set up, and now we're ready. We're ready to go. And so I'll be back tomorrow right here in the Antifa War Room with more updates. And we're going to get into it, and we'll bring people up. I got some great panel shit I'm working out here. Because like I said, I'm dropping like $50 fucking a month on these setups. And so it's time for me to start leaning into it. Yeah, much love for you guys. And we'll get it done. And remember, boys and girls, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy. As soon as I get my outro music here. As soon as I get my damn outro music. All right, well, I'll just run this then. Let's get it.
1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. 1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elm the Castle and Bonnie, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned through more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo.
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.